Good morning. Rebecca Vigas here from a sunny South Central Kentucky on this Monday morning. Hope all are doing well. Apologize for missing 3 days last week. That was not my intention. Was just a little under the weather and didn't think you needed to see me sick and ugly. Anyway, moving right along. I had intended to have you I talked to you about a writing prompt of 53 words. There is a place online that has a contest every month, and they give you a new word each month, and it is due by the 15th of the following month. So you only have about 4 days if you want to compete in this contest. The idea is to write an entire story using no more than 53 words. Yeah, that's called drabble. Very, very short, very, very simple. Probably not more than 4 or 5 lines. Okay, this month's word was arriving, which means you only have 4 days. You are going to do this challenge, and that is okay. But I have also given you the link for the contest in under the video, and you can go there um, after the 15th and check on the word for next month, which will give you a whole month to write it and not 4 days. However, if you are going to write it and word bio, think carefully about what you want people to know about you in 53 words. You don't have a whole lot of time to elaborate. So you would need that as well as your 53 word story. And I hope some of you will hop right on there and do this. If not this month, next month, because I think it would be awesome for one of you to win. Um, I may or may not as to whether or not into something concrete. So that was the big thing for today that I wanted to talk to you last Wednesday uh, about, and it didn't happen. I am excited to think that some of you could excel at writing drabbles, and I think it would be fun for myself to try. Now, I've done the 210. You're supposed to write a 212 word bio. I did mine in 210. So I would take my 210 bio, and that means I'm taking off 100 and some words. Yeah, but it can be done. Bios are brief. No one wants your life story in a bio. Write a memoir. Write your autobiography. But don't put it in your bio. Okay. The more you can say about yourself in the least amount of words, the farther ahead you are. Which is kind of an amazing thought. The more you can say about yourself in the least amount of words. Food for thought. Food for thought. I used to go to the Midwest Writers Workshop, I went 3 years, 2007, 2008, and 2009 in July, 3rd weekend in July, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And, um, Friday night, I think it was Friday night, they had this contest where you had to write. They would give you a prompt and you would write 200 words. I could always get a good story start out of it, but I could never whittle it down to a 200-word story. One gal wrote song lyrics, somebody else wrote poetry. It didn't matter what you wrote, as long as it was 200 words. And I think the top prize was $200. But it was always fun to try, and it was always fun to submit. So, go for it. I just think it's awesome. I'm back to Julia Cameron and um, The Sound of Paper. And I kind of thought maybe we would go through her together. I have not read this book. And so I'm thinking that maybe we'll do her over a few weeks, or we can just stick with other writing prompts. I don't want to give another one today. I just want to give the 53-word one. I mean, think about it. What can be arriving? Or who could be arriving? Or when will it be arriving? Will it be something exciting? Or some or will it be a dud? Sometimes when you pack off a gift to someone, you're not sure what the reception will be. It might be something they're totally looking for, and it might be something that they're going, "What the heck?" Any way you look at it, there needs to be a story, a beginning, a middle, and an end. I've thought of several starts. I couldn't wait for the package to arrive. I wish I knew what was arriving. When the package arrived, the 53 words does not include your title. So bear that in mind. It does not include your title. Your title is separate. What can you say for 53 words? Arriving. When I arrived. When they arrived. When it arrived. I knew the package was arriving. Today, tomorrow, next week, next month. When a surprise package arrived today. I didn't know what to think. There are a lot of ways you can turn this and spin this. So use your imaginations and go with it. Other issues in writing that may or may not have come up while I was not here. How do you get published? Do you need an editor? Does it cost to publish? Those are issues. Those are big issues if you've finished a book. Yes, you need an editor. And no, not best friend. Your best friend can be a beta reader and give you a one line as to how awesome your book is. And you can put it on the back of your book. This is an excerpt from inside the book. A lot of books will have on the back of them. Let me see if I can grab one right here that might have it. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah. No, this is all about him. It's called The $1 Million Coach. With 9 strategies that drive a 7-figure coaching business. Taki Moore. General, and this is what you'll discover in his book and where to find him. Here's one right up here. I coached one-on-one for 15 years. Now I run the world's largest coaching business for successful entrepreneurs. You'll never make the money or impact you want until you learn to scale. This book shows you how. Dan Sullivan, founder of Strategic Coach. The next one, Top Notch Coach Resource. Everything a coach needs, whether they are just starting out and getting launched or whether they are seasoned veterans who want to scale up fast. Michael Post, New York Times, best-selling author of 6 books. That's the kind of thing you want on the back of your book. Yeah, you're going to have your blurb, but it certainly won't be this long. And your picture most likely won't be on the back of your book. This is a business book. This is not. They're both nonfiction. Okay, sometimes you will open up a novel. I don't think this has it, but I will check. No, this one doesn't. She's written poetry. She's written plays, Public Lives, The Animal in the Trees, Four Roses, Love in the DMZ, Bloodlines, Avalon, a musical, and The Medium at Large, also a musical, and a feature film, God's Will. And she was the writer director. There's a list of books by the author. In other fiction books, and this is not a fiction book, so it doesn't have it. Nope. This is nonfiction. Nonfiction will generally have an introduction. You should always read the introduction. Always. Both of these books have introductions. I just got this one, which is why it's sitting next to me. I have not read it as yet. I will read it, as I do want to be the best coach I can be, but it takes time and practice. It takes being able to answer your questions in a timely manner, or sending you to where you can get answers. But yes, you need an editor. And yes, you pay the editor. I have a friend who edits. He also writes, but he edits and he charges 4 cents a word. Okay, let's do the math here. You've written a 50,000 word book. So I'm plugging in my 50,000 and I'm multiplying it by 0.4 cents. .04, I'm sorry. That's two. Some editors charge by the page. Okay, 50,000 words divided by 250, because it's about 250 words a page. That's 200 pages. Okay, 200 pages, and the going rate runs between $3 and $7. So let's hit somewhere in the middle. Let's take 5 and multiply those 200 pages times $5. That's $1,000. Which one do you want to pay? Know your budget. What you want is to interview an editor. Don't just take someone because somebody recommends them. Interview them and find out what they do as an editor. Do they do line by line, word by word? Do they give you ask you questions about things that might be missing? Do they give you suggestions? And know that they want this book to be your very best book. They cannot rewrite it. You didn't transition. There should be feedback. There should be feedback. They should tell you when it's really, really good. They should be able to tell you that this part doesn't work because your character up to this point would never do something like this. And there's nothing leading the reader to think they would ever do anything like this. So you need to work on that. Don't let your characters do stuff that's out of character. That makes them a whole different person. I mean, if your bad guy is nice to little old ladies and children, that's fine. But know that he's ultimately a bad guy. And that he does bad things. Whereas if your main character is kind and loving and just an all around nice person, don't have them run out and commit murder. I mean, there'd have to be a lot of buildup and a good reason for them to do such a thing. Don't let it come flying out of the blue that it's really your good guy that's the killer and your bad guy is the good guy. No, don't do that.